Welcome back to Silent Conspiracy, where the darkest mysteries collide with unspeakable truths. Picture this: between October 2006 and January 2007, the bustling streets of South Mumbai became a hunting ground for a predator who left behind only one chilling signature: empty beer bottles beside his brutally murdered victims. Tonight we unravel the haunting tale of the beer man, a serial killer whose identity remains shrouded in controversy, whose true face may never be known, and whose reign of terror exposed the fragile line between justice and assumption in India's financial capital. The first kill, a taxi driver's final journey, October 5, 2006. Dawn was breaking over Marine Line's railway station as thousands of commuters prepared for another day in Mumbai's relentless rhythm. But amid the usual chaos, something sinister had unfolded during the night. On the foot overbridge connecting the platforms, the lifeless body of Vijay God, a taxi driver in his 30s, lay sprawled with multiple stab wounds to his chest, abdomen, arms, and thighs. The most disturbing detail: his pants had been removed, suggesting a sexual motive. Initially, Mumbai police treated this as an isolated incident, just another unfortunate death in a city where over 1,600 unclaimed bodies reached hospitals annually. Vijay God's case was quickly filed away, forgotten in the bureaucratic machinery of urban crime investigation. But this was merely the beginning of a nightmare that would grip South Mumbai for months. A pattern emerges. Death between two stations by December 2006, the killings had escalated with terrifying consistency. Bodies began appearing with alarming frequency in a concentrated area between Marine Lines and Churchgate stations, radius of just a few kilometers. December 14th marked a turning point when a homeless man's body was discovered near Churchgate station, beaten to death. But this time, investigators found something that would define the entire case: an empty Kingfisher beer can beside the corpse. The victims followed a disturbing pattern. All were men, mostly homeless or working-class individuals who lived on the streets. Each had suffered brutal head injuries from blunt force trauma stones, sticks, or other improvised weapons. Most chillingly, every victim was found naked from the waist down, their pants removed in what appeared to be post-mortem sexual assault. The killer struck swiftly and vanished without a trace, leaving behind only death and that haunting signature. Though beer cans were found at only 2 crime scenes, the media christened him the Beer Man. Thursday night terror, the ritualistic pattern. As the death toll climbed to 7 by January 2007, investigative officers noticed an eerie pattern that sent shivers through the police force. 8 out of the first 10 murders occurred on Thursday nights. The killer was striking 3 times in each area before moving on. This wasn't random violence. It appeared ritualistic, methodical, as if following some twisted internal calendar. Mumbai police faced mounting pressure as panic spread through South Mumbai's streets. Commuters avoided the Marine Line's Churchgate stretch after dark. Local vendors shuttered their stalls early. The nightlife that defined the area came to a grinding halt. A special investigation team of 80 members was assembled, but leads remained frustratingly scarce. January 22, 2007, brought the breakthrough Mumbai police desperately needed. In a public toilet near Marine Line's railway station, where the most recent victim had been found, a police sniffer dog retrieved a crucial piece of evidence: a blood-stained, freshly ironed gray shirt. Local pavement dwellers identified it as belonging to someone from the Dashrath Rain gang, specifically a man named Ravindra Cantrell. Within hours, the dogs traced the scent to Dobalau, where police arrested Cantrell, now known by his adopted Islamic name, Ibadul Rahim. The 36-year-old fit the profile investigators had constructed: menacing appearance, criminal background, and a history of violence. To the media and public, he looked exactly like what a serial killer should look like: long beard, shoulder-length hair, burning eyes, and an intimidating presence. Ravindra Cantrell's life story reads like urban India's underbelly exposed. Born in Kama, an Albus hospital to a washerman's family, he grew up in illegal tenements in Dabatau. His education ended at Class 5 at Our Lady of Dolor's School near Marine Lines. His first encounter with law enforcement came at 16 when he had to bail out his father, wrongfully accused of stealing gold ornaments from a church statue. By his 20s, Cantrell had joined the Dashrath Rain gang, specializing in robberies. His criminal record included multiple arrests. But something changed during one of his stints in Arthur Road Jail. There he met a devout Muslim who profoundly influenced him. Upon release, Cantrell traveled to Ajmer's Garib Nuaz Dargah, converted to Islam, and adopted the name Abdul Rahim. He married Anjali, a former sex worker, and fathered a daughter named Deepa. By 2006, he had abandoned his criminal life, running a street-side Vodapov stall and working as a police informant. The case against Rahim hinged on circumstantial evidence that would later prove problematic. Police found a handwritten note near one of the crime scenes that allegedly matched Rahim's handwriting. They recovered a blood-stained shirt linked to him and discovered a chopper in his possession, though this weapon wasn't used in any of us. The Beerman murders. The most damaging evidence came from a controversial narco-analysis test conducted in Bangalore. Under the influence of truth serum, Rahim allegedly confessed to killing not just the 7 known victims, but 15 people in total. He claimed to be addicted to cheras and admitted to deriving pleasure from seeing blood. According to the confession, he would offer victims beer to intoxicate them before attacking, explaining the empty cans. However, he vehemently denied sexual assault, stating it contradicted his Islamic beliefs. In January 2008, a Sessions Court convicted Rahim for one murder, that of a man found on Marine Drive's foot overbridge. The celebration proved premature. In September 2009, the Bombay High Court delivered a shocking reversal. Due to insufficient admissible evidence, Rahim was acquitted of all charges and released after more than 2 years in custody. The handwriting analysis and narco test results, while compelling, failed to meet the court's standards for conviction beyond reasonable doubt. Even as Rahim sat in prison, the investigation had taken a startling turn. On February 21, 2007, a 20-year-old migrant named Raju Papugupta survived a brutal attack near Grant Road Station. Stabbed 6 times but managing to escape, Gupta provided police with a description of his attacker. This led to the arrest of Salim Sheikh, a Bangladeshi drug addict living near Marine Drive. Sheikh's confession painted a different picture of the murders. His modus operandi involved luring victims with offers of food and employment near the Bodhan Shah Baba Dargah, sexually assaulting them, and then killing them with sharp stones. Police suspected Sheikh of being behind at least 2 murders in the Grant Road area. The beer cans found at crime scenes, investigators now believed, were simply containers the homeless victims used for drinking water, not the killer's signature. Rahim's acquittal couldn't undo the damage to his reputation. Despite his legal vindication, he remained branded as the beer man in public consciousness. Finding employment became impossible, and every subsequent murder in Mumbai brought him back for questioning and unauthorized DNA testing. His wife Anjali took their daughter and fled to Madhya Pradesh, fearing for their safety. The case exposed troubling aspects of India's justice system. Media trials, public profiling based on appearance and religion, and the pressure on police to solve high-profile cases quickly. Rahim later reflected, "I have always been targeted for my long hair, beard, and religion. Even if I try to leave it all and mend my ways, they don't let me." The unsolved mystery. Who was the real beer man? Nearly 18 years later, the beer man murders remain officially unsolved. No additional murders matching the original pattern occurred after Rahim's January 2007 arrest, leading to 3 competing theories. The first suggests Rahim was indeed guilty, and the murders stopped because police had captured the right suspect, even if legal technicalities prevented conviction. Supporters point to the timing of his arrest coinciding with the end of the killing spree. The second theory maintains Rahim's innocence, arguing he was a convenient scapegoat chosen by law enforcement under immense pressure. The evidence against him was weak: no DNA, no eyewitnesses, and questionable confessions obtained through controversial methods. A third possibility involves multiple perpetrators. Perhaps Rahim killed the victims while an unknown accomplice committed the sexual assaults, where a copycat killer was active, with unrelated murders mistakenly attributed to the beer man. The beer man case became more than just a criminal investigation. It became a mirror reflecting Mumbai's social anxieties, media sensationalism, and the complex relationship between justice and public safety. It highlighted how quickly society can turn on the marginalized, how appearance and religious identity can become evidence, and how the hunger for closure can override the presumption of innocence. The streets between Marine Lines and Churchgate have long since returned to their bustling normalcy. Commuters rush across the same foot overbridge where Vijagad was found. Vendors sell tea and snacks at the same stalls, and life continues its relentless Mumbai pace. But for those who lived through those terrifying months, questions linger in the shadows. Was Ravindra Cantrell alias Abdul Rahim truly an innocent man destroyed by circumstantial evidence and societal prejudice? Did the real beer man escape justice, perhaps reading about his crimes from some distant city, quietly satisfied with his deception? Or were there multiple killers operating in the same area, their crimes conflated into a single narrative by investigators eager to solve the case? The truth remains elusive, locked away in the dark corners of South Mumbai's streets, hidden behind the facade of a city that never sleeps, but sometimes hides its deepest secrets in plain sight. The beer man's true identity died with the last victim, leaving behind only empty bottles, unanswered questions, and the haunting reminder that sometimes the most dangerous killers are those who never get caught. What do you think happened in those terrifying months? Was justice denied, or was an innocent man saved from wrongful conviction? Share your theories in the comments below, and if this journey into Mumbai's darkest criminal mystery left you questioning everything you thought you knew about justice and truth, hit that like button, subscribe to Silent Conspiracy, and ring that notification bell. Next time, we'll delve into another case where the line between guilt and innocence becomes impossible to draw. Until then, stay vigilant, stay questioning, and remember, in a city of millions, the most dangerous predators often hide in plain sight.